So there's a couple things you need to know before you begin. When you first launch Mindstorms NXT, you'll have a couple options. You'll have create a new program, which you can name whatever you want. I named it YouTube. Or you can open a recent program, which you can open any ones that you've saved. So you just go into your program, and then it'll transition. So over here you've got your bars where you can click and choose which one you're going to use. I use the middle one because it's got everything. So right now I'm just going to be showing you a basic moving thing. You can make a turn and stuff. So you can go to your common, you go to your move, go to your engine, and then you can adjust which motor you have it at, A, B, or C. Then you can adjust your speed all the way up, your rotations, that would be one full rotation of the wheel, or you can set it for seconds, so it would go like 5 seconds or 1 second, or degrees, or it could just go unlimited. So I'm going to set it to 1 rotation, and you can set turns right here. You can set your steering. So good, we're going to have it go 1 rotation. Now what? Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make it turn. So we're going to go like this. We're going to go to the same engine as before, C and B. We're going to turn their speed all the way up because we don't want to go slow the whole time. We're going to want to turn it all the way to the left or the right. And that's how you turn. Okay, so what if somebody wanted to use a sensor? You would go to your sensing, and you would choose a sensor. Like your touch sensor. You can make it go like here. Go right there. Because it make it go forwards, you could change this to unlimited. Go forwards unlimited until it touches something, and then it will turn. But this wouldn't work because if it would do that, it would run into the wall when it turned. So what we're gonna want to do there is put another block, a move block. Bring it up to 100, 1 rotation, but we're gonna change our direction to backwards. That way, it'll go unlimited. It will hit a wall with its sensor. It will go backwards 1 rotation, and then it will turn. Sounds pretty simple, right? And then there's other things you can do, which you can make it wait. Make it go backwards. Wait. You can make it a touch sensor wait. Or your timer. You could make it wait 5 seconds. So you can make it go forwards and unlimited until it hits something. Go backwards, wait 5 seconds, and go. But we don't want it to wait 5 seconds, so to remove this, you hit your backspace button, like if you were typing down here, like this, then you would use your backspace to delete that. So the same way, you would click right there on the block, then hit backspace. You can also use your delete button on your keyboard. Oops. Okay, so that's basics. Next part. Okay, so now what we're going to want to do is get more advanced. So say we didn't want it to run into something and bounce off. We could delete this and change this into an ultrasonic sensor. This one can see certain distances. So you can change it. Right now it can see 50 centimeters. And it sees closer than 50 centimeters. But we could also make it see everything farther away than 50 centimeters. But we're going to have it closer. And we're going to change this to, let's say 10. 10's good. 10 inches. You can also change it to centimeters. We'll see 10 inches away. And then this is also away, further closer. Now it's set to port number 4, so we're going to have to plug it into our number 4 port. Okay, that's pretty easy. But say you didn't want it to back up and do this. If it's 10 inches away, it doesn't need to back up before it does this turning. So you can delete this and just make it turn. Okay, so let's do this. Say you didn't want it to do your turning. You could delete this, make it go forwards until it sees something 10 inches away, and then, oops, which one? This one. We'll make it display something on the screen of the NXT. let's make it a smiley face, because smiley faces are good. And then we can make it play a sound. What type of sound do we want? Well, there's plenty of different sounds you can choose from. Maybe make it play an alarm. Okay, so now we have it make an alarm. We can also set the controls to play stop or play, and we can also adjust the volume of our thing. We're going to keep it at 75 because we don't want it loud. But you can do tones like a piano, but we don't want that. We're going to stick with the alarm. So, after you've got your alarm, you can make it do anything. You can after that, you can make it actually just go back, or you could make it turn around in circles while doing this. So that's what the sound in the display. We can also change the display image to different. We could change it to arrows. We could make it dead. That we can also make it text or drawing. I was going for text. Or you could make it say program. Okay, so now it will say program on the screen, and then you can move it around. But you can also do other things, like you can make a face. And then we got a little face now. But one of the other things we can do is reset, because that way it's got nothing there. Because if you have, you can put another one of these here, display at the beginning, so it will display a smiley face. It will run the program, it will go forwards until it sees something, and then it will reset so it looks like the original Mindstorms screen, and then it will play a sound, and then it will go forwards one rotation. So that's pretty simple. Say we wanted to add, maybe, what are those called? A sound, make like a song, make it play a little song for us. That's pretty easy. We could delete all this stuff because we don't need this. Wait for it to delete. And we could add a sound files. We can't add sound files, I don't think, but we could make a little song using these. So you could go to tone, and go to another tone, go to another tone. And then when you played it, it would go make those sounds. And then you would have a little, you could make it go forwards and then make it move forwards and play a little song. Or you could have it say, play a little song, and then say, let's see what we could say to each other. We could say, let's see, Lego.
Lego.
And then we could all dance around and stuff. Okay, so say you wanted to make your little, you have your song, but then you wanted to make it loop over and over again. You could put a loop block and then put a little song in there. Or you could put your move blocks in there and make it go forwards until it sees something. Make a sound, turn, then go forwards and do it again. You can also sense sound if you have the right sensors. You can make it so it could hear you talking, and if it hears you talking, it will go backwards. That way if you clap a lot of times or something like that, it will just go back. You can also switch, but you could put a switch block down, and then you could put it on touch sensor, and then you can make it loop. You could put this whole switch inside of it. We don't need that. This thing can go over here. So we can put our loop right there. Put our switch inside it, and then it will infinitely use our switch. So we can set our switch to the ultrasonic sensor and set it to closer or farther. And we can go to here, and we could make it do tones. So that tone for closer, and that tone for farther. That way, when we look around with the ultrasonic sensor, if we pick up our NXT and look around, it'll make different sounds depending on if it's farther or closer away. You can also adjust how far, many inches. So if it's farther than 50 inches, it will make that sound. But you could just make it so it's further than 5 inches. That way you can only see really close things. Okay, so once you've got your program done, this is very important. You're going to have to do this every time. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have your program, and then you're going to either want to download it to your Mindstorms or play on your Mindstorms. This one is the same as downloading, except it auto runs it for you, so you don't have to hit the button as soon as you download it. You just gotta be careful when you use this button because it will run into walls or if it's a moving thing. So you have to be careful with that. But downloading is that, and stopping it will do that. You would just hit download. It would say, since I don't have mine connected, it won't work, but it would say that. And if it can't connect, you would go like that. You would do this, and then you would see which ones were available. You would scan if you had Bluetooth on your computer. But that's basically what it is. Thank you for watching. This has been a project that I worked pretty hard on. I want you to comment if you're having any issues with your Mindstorms or whatever, and I will try to respond telling you what your issue is and how to fix it, and I will do my best. But remember, there's other people on the internet